Greetings, Gunslingers! I'm Chaplain Andrew McIntosh, your wing chaplain, and this is your monthly mentoring video for October 2020. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was a 13-year-old junior high kid at Holloman Air Force Base, New Mexico. And one of the things I loved doing most was riding my Kawasaki KE-125 two-stroke dual sport dirt bike out in the desert. Well, one day I was out near a playground, and I looked over in the playground and I saw this girl. Her name was Laura. And I knew Laura from my junior high school and from the chapel. She was so cute. And she actually recognized me. Laura waved at me. And oh my goodness, I was fixated at that point. When she waved at me, I just made up my mind that I would show off for her. So I shifted that bike into top gear, opened it up full throttle, got that thing going maybe 55 miles an hour, the fastest it could go. And just after I looked toward her, I turned my attention back in front of me, and there in front of me was a cement block. Now that cement block looked like it came out of some reinforced bomb shelter. It was about 2 feet thick, about 5 feet wide, about 6 feet deep, and it was just sitting out there as if somebody had discarded it in the middle of the desert. And I hit that cement block with that motorcycle going I don't know how fast. Now luckily I saw it in a split second before I hit it, so I was able to come up on my foot pegs and fly off the bike over the handlebars. And I literally flew probably about 4 feet above the desert floor for I don't know how far. And then I hit the desert and just mowed down some bushes. I mean, it was horrible. By the time I stopped moving, I felt like I could hardly breathe. My ribs felt like they were moved from one side of my torso to the other. I wanted so bad just to get up and run away out of shame, but I could hardly breathe at that time. Well, the next thing I know, I hear this girl's voice, and the voice of her mother saying, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And from that, they walked my motorcycle home while I barely walked myself home. And I tell you, my bike got repaired, my body healed up, but I'm not sure my pride ever recovered from that one. So what happened in that situation? Why do I share that with you today? It's because distractions. I was doing fine riding that bike. I knew what I was doing. I kind of knew the terrain. I've never hit that block before. I'd never hit it again. But on that particular day, I got distracted. Now it was fine to recognize Laura and maybe even wave back to her. But the problem is I got fixated on that distraction. I so much wanted her to pay attention to me that I tried to do everything I could to keep her attention. Distractions are something we often get frustrated with. It's something that we struggle with so many times. A distraction is basically the things that take our attention away from those things that we should be focusing on. Now, in these past 7 or 8 months, I know a lot of you have been working from home, and your wife has maybe also been working from home, or your spouse, and maybe your kids have been homeschooled, and that's an environment with a lot of distractions. It's kind of hard to stay focused on the task at hand when you've got so many things competing for your attention. Others of you may have returned to work even this week or earlier this month, and you maybe have the distraction of getting back among your coworkers, having not seen them for a while, and trying to catch up with everything that's happened in the past half a year. So whatever it is, we all deal with distractions. I remember when I was a college resident advisor in the spring of 1991, there was a freshman in his second semester living down the hall from me, and he had earned, if you want to call it that, a 0.0 grade point average for his first semester that fall of 1990. Now he was a bright guy. That wasn't the problem. He even had a decent work ethic. That wasn't the problem. The problem was he was distracted in his first semester of college. He pledged to the Kappa Alpha fraternity. He was very excited about all the girls that he could date. He got into some of the extracurricular activities, and he enjoyed the party scene. And all of those distractions took him away from what he was supposed to be focusing on, his studies. Now he found himself in academic probation with needing to earn a 4.0 just to level out his GPA to 2.0 and stay in school. So how do we deal with distractions? Well, first of all, it helps if we write our tasks down. I always like to create for myself a little checklist of things to accomplish and crossing them off after I accomplish them. Sometimes it may be a big task. If it's a big task, you might want to break it down into small tasks. Like if you have a huge ESSS to send up, and that ESSS has about 6 different attachments, maybe it helps to break it down into loading up the different attachments or making sure you get the details right or something like that. But you need to write down the tasks. Secondly, you need to put a timeline on it. What this means is say, hey, this is what I hope to accomplish today. Here's what I hope to accomplish this week and maybe by the end of the month, etc. Third thing is find somebody who could hold you accountable. Now sometimes this is automatic. Perhaps you have a supervisor or a coworker that's depending upon you, so they hold you accountable. Other times you need to find somebody who can hold you accountable. And then lastly, reward yourself after you finish a task. Over this past month, I've been reading a lot of books on diversity and inclusion. In fact, I've finished 5 of them already. And some days I'd have to tell myself, okay, I can't watch college football or an NFL game until I finish this chapter or maybe finish this book. So having that to look forward to motivated me to get through that book and finish reading. Whatever it takes, we need to find ways to minimize our distractions and stay on task. So until next month, I want to wish you well and I look forward to seeing you soon. God bless and have a great day.